What's up, Derek and Taylor? We're going to watch the Othmerweizen Tavern, and all you other patrons that are here, venturing through the lands, coming to a tavern to hear tales, and have a warm meal and a nice place to sit and dwell and check out the locals. Thank you all for joining. We are, continuing right along on this crazy adventure in Calgernia. I'm going to be using Sirenscape tonight for audio. Big shout out to everyone, man. Hope everyone's having a great day, man. It's gonna be awesome. You know what? Yeah, let's just get right to it. So here comes the recap.
Oh god. Does anybody want to do it?
Yeah, anybody want to do the recap?
Yeah, go ahead, Garrett.
Any fans out there want to do the recap?
Save the day, basically.
Yes.
Really
Yes.
Somewhat, I guess.
False. Someone.
All
you
right.
give him that?
It was a 50-50
Pushed a lot of buttons.
Pushed a lot of buttons.
All right.
Broken?
Yeah.
Broken.
Huh?
You mean rock 'em?
Yeah.
Rock 'em.
Rockin'. Sorry, not rock 'em.
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Instead of rockin'.
Anyways, still went.
Yeah, anyways. Shout out to Ghost Mask for the awesome Othmerweizen banner, and Ben for coloring it in. Really sweet, pretty. If you're in band, go to Karaoke. Alright, so when we last left our adventurers, they made it to the hometown of Kane's hometown, Aslan. Also Raquel kind of grew up there too as well. Family was taken over by an engram, spoiler alert. And you guys had an epic battle with it on our last session. Went really well. Went a little long, but it was awesome. It was good. And they were successful in slaying the beast. Took Kane a little bit of pondering and deciding whether or not what he heard was true about it. Tenthra, after being swallowed, actually had a quick link to the beast. Tried to persuade him to kill it. He's still hesitant. And for the first time ever, he prayed to his deity and had a response.
And then I fucked it up.
No, really, he talked to it. There was two presents.
Man, I fucked
Oh, yeah, you fucked up the Negram. Oh, for sure. Killed it. Your family kind of all dropped in the places they were. Zook was quite quick to go do some medicine checks, make sure everyone was okay. They all regrouped. The family was all there. His parents, his mother and father, are still been sent out of town, but they should be maybe coming back as long as they didn't die on the road.
Those fucking highwaymen.
Highwaymen, right? But during the battle, Jane sent a message or a protocol to Graf. And then at the end of the fight, Graf informed the rest of the group that there was a message that Jane had to relay. And unfortunately, a vision of Vincent appeared, saying that he was either assassinated or Aberath has fallen. But nonetheless...
There's still a chance Vincent's alive?
No, sorry, after I said it out loud like that, I just realized that, I'm like, in either case, he's dead.
No. Yeah, great. Not fun.
Or his life force is no longer on this plane.
I thought it was a 50-50.
Oh. Well, maybe just left and went to the nether realm.
Maybe.
We'll just find him there.
He's probably just in my bar.
True.
Maybe. Okay. So, you got the beginning of the message. Kane, obviously feeling the stress and the trauma from the previous nights and all leading up to this battle that took place in the Blood Catacombs.
Emotionally exhausted.
Now just the catacombs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pardon me.
Save the day, he says.
I mean, now it's the...
We were all responsible for that.
I never pressed a button.
Yeah, he never
just
pressed.
You three.
No,
You even pressed
he pressed one. Yeah.
Only
And
because you
Kane-
said for 6 turns, press a button.
And from Kane's knowledge, you wouldn't have known how
No.
that basement works because it was about the training after this. You'd learn about the Blood Catacombs.
You learn about the buttons.
And
Now
instead of the living
I've
room, it's
learned
now
about
the
the
blood living room.
Now.
True.
I've also learned.
Not the right way.
Okay.
Proficient in buttons now.
So you guys are kind of in the main chambers of the cathedral. The message has begun to play. Kane has walked away.
I thought we were outside when we did it.
No, we're in the hall.
You guys are
Great
still
hall.
Oh.
I may be mistaken. I figured
Well,
you guys
'cause
were
I
still.
told-
No, we were in the
The
great.
hall.
We're in the
I
hall.
think we
weren't
just went out. Yeah. We
Yeah.
Oh, just out in the front
Yeah.
steps. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's.
Because I told my family to meet in the Great Hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I
they were
thought it
all
was
there.
up
You
there.
saw some of them. So just
We went
to
outside
clarification, you
quickly.
guys
Yeah.
are just kind of outside the
Yeah, I just
cathedral,
took it quickly.
standing on the plateaued rock, kind of overlooking
1 ounce.
Aslan,
What else?
the graveyard off to
ounce.
the side. Very cool night, clouded over a bit. A faint smell of smoke is in the air. And it's not the smoke from Veronica's villa. Not that type of smoke. Yeah, every time you guys succeed, there's always this waft that comes in.
Ooh, pungent.
So as Kane leaves and turns to go back in to the cathedral, the message still plays. Jane produces almost an illusion of sorts, all kind of etched out in these laser lines that all of a sudden form Vincent, and he's standing there, a smaller version of himself, and kind of a holographic, if you will, looking at it. There is some objects kind of in front of him, a little table, and there's a stone wall that kind of appears, but it's mostly just focusing in on Vincent. And the voice, a familiar voice of Vincent comes across. My warhounds. If you are hearing this message, it means that I've either been assassinated or I've died in the fall of Aberath. Kane, as you walk away, this voice is still kind of present in the back of your mind, but played very, very slowly. You can assume it's probably coming from the pin.
Okay.
I'm just leaning in front.
Where to begin? The last few years has been rough on me, even though the quiver has flourished and many contracts have come our way. You're not the first group I trained, but unfortunately, you will be the last. I've been criticized and also mocked for my twisted theories and conspiracies of what's going on in the province. For too long, we've gone unchecked. Our enemies have all fled or gone into hiding. And no one really believes that there's a threat coming, but Graf and the hologram somehow knows to kind of like turn to where you're watching this. It was since we saw the moon calf fly in the sky. Started peeling back the theories that I've held. I did a little bit more researching, reached out to the Arcane Library, took some time and some money. But in all cases, anytime a moon calf has been present and seen, a great event happens, and not of the good kind. It's usually a symbol of loss of a large number of life, in the thousands. As the Oracle himself, when he was the Elder, mentioned that it was probably going to Dullenheim since they need our aid. But I think this is a ploy. I think Dullenheim has made an allegiance with one of our many enemy factions out there, and they are ready to make their move. The enemy factions that would cause the most threat would probably be the Sisters of the Serpent, or the Cult of the Faceless, or the Spawn Stars. And lastly, the Iron Reach. But even as I brought this attention to the Helts, which would be Lady Gracie and Nova, all their answers returned was with, even though we are being hunted, the Iron Reach will never find us. And I hope you'll stick true to the quiver. Which was their way of telling me to shut up and keep my ideas to myself. But after today running into Rizal and him asking for an inventory of what all magical items lay in the city of Aberath, got me thinking. And he also, for the power of the Hydra Merchant Guild, to take over the Emerald Merchant Guild is something not to be taken lightly. I've taken the precautions. I've told the city to go on lockdown. Without the help's approval, though, I have some trusted friends in the guard battalions. If there's any mention of them, the city will be locked down immediately and we'll be able to hunt them and find them for questioning. Now, it was against my wishes that you were the group to be put in charge of the relic you guys carry now. But for your decisions in Pious Woods, you understand your limits, and you know there are people out there that are greater than you who should be able to handle the situation. So Lady Gracie made the choice that it was you. I wanted to come with you, but they said they had other plans for me here in the city.
To the gallows.
Now with what you have, and if this message is playing before you get back to Aberath, I suggest maybe not coming back. Graf, I've put information into Jane of some allies that should be trusted, as well as where their last known location is, in Kesdet. Now, if I'm dead, and Aberath has fallen, be warned, this burden you carry is to be brought to a place of power. That being said, you are no longer my warhounds. It is up to you to make your own titles now. And what you do with this charger, as some of them have called it, is entirely up to you. You can sell it off and make a large mass of wealth and live apart your days without having to worry about the enemies finding you.
We can
But-
start a bar.
If the code of the quiver, and you are true to it, you will find out who needs it most and deliver it to them. But be warned, with this item comes great responsibility and great threat. I've given some items to Dante to give to you in case this situation happens. Hopefully it'll aid you in your journey. I'm sorry I cannot be there to tell you more in person, but alas, my light has probably been extinguished. Start hearing bells start ringing in the back. He kind of grabs his pin in the middle of the hologram. What, sister? They're already here. This is the start of it. I know it is. I know it is.
Can I?
Go.
This might seem odd.
Yeah.
Can I insight check?
You certainly can.
I just want to make sure he's like. I don't think he's trying to deceive us. Well, I just want to make sure that he's not. He's saying he's dead, but I just want to make sure that he's being sincere about him being dead and not trying to mislead us.
This is true.
Okay. Well.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
you have left and you have walked
Ah.
away, so you're just hearing the audio.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can still roll an insight to check just
Sure.
the tone of the voice.
All right. Come on, Nat 20.
I was going to either assist, but since I'm not with him, could I just...
Yeah.
Just
So,
15.
15.
I'm
It's-
just trying to get a whisper out of Cal.
Yeah, just try to get a whisper.
No, just fine.
Not too sure how Jane works, but it is obviously kind of a recording of
Yeah.
some sorts.
It's fine.
But with 15, you know there are ways to kind of mask the life essence by either jumping planes or something, or what the actual protocol is for Jane. Not too sure.
Okay.
all right, 8.
8? Yeah, it's Vincent, all right. He seems sad, seems honest. It's just this, a message, but Jane also tells us you're trying to check it. She tells you, Graf, I can always replay this message as long as Vincent is deceased or not here. Sorry, his soul's not in this plane.
Good to know. You might want to review it later again.
And that's kind of the message. Just ends there. You kind of see him in a panic, kind of comes across his face, and then you see him leave wherever he is. Well, sorry, you see the hand kind of come over and grab Jane, and then it blacks out. And then Jane says, I do have several locations that he has mentioned, as well as some contacts that I can give to you when you desire.
Perhaps we'll wait till we meet up with Kane again to go over this. We should probably go to the main hall. I just thought you guys should know this before anything else.
Graf, there is one more thing.
Please,
I do
no.
sense the stress level in you is at its height, but I could play back the last few minutes of his life. But I suggest resting before seeing this.
I don't think we can do that right now, Jane.
Understood.
A lot's gone on today.
Mm-hmm. I will wait until you're ready.
Thank you. Shall we?
So, you guys tonight would be allowed to probably sleep in the cathedral if you'd want. There are guest quarters down below.
Flippin' hope so.
Down below, there's some guest
No.
quarters?
Not in the dungeons. No.
I will be going to the closest bed.
We'll get some organs for your room.
Organ chair,
Yeah.
organ bed.
Organ bed. Organ table.
Dungeon life really changed, Zuck.
A little trauma.
Brought up
Yeah.
savage.
Yeah, you guys have all experienced some good PTSD and
I
all
feel
except for
great.
Cal. Cal's great. He's got a lot of booze on him. There's booze everywhere. Your family is all Tenthra and Zenthra would be still sitting there.
I completely bypassed the Grey Hall and just go to my quarters.
Yeah, if they see that, they're kind of under the same assumption. They need rest too as well. Tenthra is badly wounded with her new burn marks from the acid of the. After a rest, she should hopefully heal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys would be their actual housekeepers and stuff are now kind of more actually out, knowing that something has changed, and they feel like a little bit. There's a more lighterness in the air that they can all help out, and they'd lead you down to similar where the help stays, the floor below, the family chambers. You guys can all have an individual rooms, or you guys can all bunk up.
Sleeping in the wine cellar.
Yeah, she'd lead you down to that for sure.
Plop down a pillow and
It's
just
just these giant
a couple
doors.
bottles and
What like time is it kind of
Very late in the evening.
super late?
So late it's almost early.
Okay. Super late. I'm just gonna go to my quarters.
Okay.
Whichever room my room led to.
Yeah, they lead you to a hall of many wooden doors with the kind of arched ceiling to them. Lead you in. There's bed, fresh water, and any provisions that you request.
Take Tim out. That was a rough one, eh, bud?
Still a little shaking, whiskers still going, but slowly kind of.
A little nuzzle.
Oh, there, yeah.
And, good job with the little rope earlier. Yeah. Give him a little high five.
He'll learn.
And, give him some cheese that I still have.
Okay, perfect.
And I'm just going to go
It's
to
a little
sleep.
bloody, but
Oh yeah, your garments are like drenched. The help
Are
will
they?
offer to
Is there
wash
blood on the
your
cheese?
clothes. No, you'd have it in your satchel. No, you did kind of waddle through it at some point, so some blood may have seeped into your supplies.
wire rat.
Oh.
Eat the cheese.
Hold on.
He wants it.
Curiosity is peaked. Yeah,
Yes, you-
if I could get some
Yeah.
clean clothes, please. That would be
Yeah,
great.
they will give you some nightgowns to wear and some nightwear, sleepwear.
Yes.
And they will wash what they can and try to get it all cleaned up for you. So everyone goes to their bed.
yeah.
Has a
Can I do,
rest.
an animal handling check with Tim. Do some little bit of
I will say you can,
gate.
but you know, when you're kind of still like coming down from battle, if you did, you might not be able to focus as well because of the horror and monstrosities that you've witnessed
Going to
today.
sleep then.
So you could, in the morning, you'd probably be a little bit more focused.
Good call.
Okay, so
I'm gonna kind of doff my armor and sit on my bed and Sorry, I'm getting a call for some reason.
Oh, yeah. Running without a moderator. So.
Jane,
Yes, Graf.
play that video.
She replays it. Again, you get kind of a... Even though Aberath's not really your home, you do get a sense of like how, even though Vincent says you are his last that he's gotten to train, you can sense that he grew attached to you guys in such a short time. Saw potential, I guess. I don't know. Have to ask her. She plays over the video. Still, there's no inconsistencies. The video plays as well as it does. You get, by watching it the second time, you kind of get a sense that the door he kind of walks out there before the video ends, and as he's carrying Jane out, you can sense that it was the room where you got your armor.
All right. Now I'm just going to lay down and crash.
All right. Guys all crash. Have a lovely sleep. If you're exhausted, you get to take a point away. If you have 2 points of exhaustion, you only get to take 1 point away.
Oh, I would have disadvantage on that insight check. I apologize.
Sorry, you're hearing it through audio, so.
Okay.
All right.
I got all Jane's slots back.
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
Cool.
I'm going to do some hit dice.
I'm going to do infuse a potion as well.
Okay.
I think it's a D8, right? Yeah.
I'm going to fuse it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd like to wake up.
Yeah, okay, sure. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Still a little stiff and sore. But yeah, you'd sense that it is morning. You can actually hear, like, it used to be just very empty in the cathedral, but it does sound like there is some movement.
I'd like to make my way to the hall, like the Great Hall, kind of the gathering
Perfect.
hall.
Excellent. As you make your way there, Zenthra, you can see her in the hallway. As you kind of walk, she's heading to the same way you are. She actually stops you for a second. First of all, she looks all tough, still in her armament there. You can see that
Zenthra,
she's...
sorry?
This is Zenthra, yeah.
Zenthra?
This is the sassy one.
Right. Yeah.
She sees you acting all tough and bitchy as you always remembered.
Yeah.
But for a moment, when she sees you kind of come up the stairs into the family's chambers where you guys all stay, she gives you the scowl for like a quick second.
I just want to make note that I put on most fanciest garbs that I
okay.
own.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing all the bling and looking
I got you.
prim proper.
And
Okay.
yeah, you kind of see her like sizing you up and down and giving you this kind of like scowl for a second.
I just don't even pay attention to her.
As you kind of try to walk by her,
Yeah.
she immediately grapples you and gives you the biggest hug. And for the first time ever,
What are you doing?
I don't know, is this what caring feels like?
Well,
Because
stop
I
it.
hate
It's gross. Get off of me.
She does.
Oh,
And
I
she's like, she kind of wipes herself down, but you can almost see like a tear come down her one
it took
eye.
me about an hour to get ready.
And you still forgot to do your buttons up on your brows. Or something. The
Fine.
lower one.
Ah,
And you look.
Yeah.
And then she kind of starts walking, but not ahead of you, like walking with you, but almost like falling behind, but like walking.
cow.
Yeah, you guys would all hear each other
cow.
because he's still sleeping in the same quarters as you guys are. You
Cow.
haven't remade your room yet.
Yeah. Good morning.
the weirdest thing just happened.
What's that?
Zenthra hugged me.
She
All you hear is the sound of
would-
like dust, like a dust trail. Like
she actually hears you and she gives you like a little quick tap in the arm. Not supposed to tell anybody.
I'm not talking to anyone. I'm talking to myself.
all you hear from the hall, faintly, not even over the bridge.
Looks at you like,
Zenthra's giving hugs.
It's like the roadrunner coming in.
almost hears it from behind her. Fuck.
I keep walking to the...
Yeah. So as you get to the Great Hall, lo and behold, your folks are sitting there.
At the time,
Yeah, Lorna and Renfar
I
sitting there.
bow as I enter. Father,
And Lorna
mother.
just gets up. You do not need to bow to us, son.
I
You have done us a great service and saved us.
No,
You and
it's-
your friends and companions.
It doesn't change the standing of you and Father.
That is true.
I know my place. I
Your
bow
place,
again.
your place is a little bit higher now. Do not sell yourself short, my sweetheart. Please, have a seat.
I do as she says.
As you're about to go sit to one of the smaller... No. She points to the seat that she usually sits beside Father.
No,
You sit.
I cannot. I just take another seat and sit down.
Your father notices this, and he's more vocal this time. Instead of just staring you down and upset, he's... Do not sell yourself short.
I'm not
What you have
selling
done-
myself short. I'm taking my proper place. I don't want things to change. Mother,
After the event
please.
we had, we will be making changes to our
Why?
hierarchy. We are all just family. We are all on equal playing fields now.
Well, I was hoping I was going to be the heir. But, it's kind of under my breath.
We have
But
discussed this.
No, it's under my breath. But I,
Oh, okay, sorry.
I sit down at the table. And
Yeah,
I don't
and there
sit
is
beside
fresh
the-
food this time. It looks like the place has been upkept a bit more now. Fireplace, there is a small fire going just to get warmth in it. It's a little chillier up in the mountains and in the cathedral. You can even see that the sun shining through. Sorry, just trying to think. Yeah, the sun would shine through in the polished stained glass that was on the walls that was kind of dingier before. Is now clean, and there is like this, just a nice kind of a reflection or refraction of the light coming through the stained glass that adds a color to the room.
I sit down and Father, I would really enjoy hearing this tale of how things went so wrong.
It is arrogance is what was our downfall. We reached too far too quickly. We underestimated enemies, and they got the best of us and put our trust into people who shouldn't have been trusted. But we will learn from this mistake.
How long were you under the influence of the Nightgram?
I myself, about 8 months.
So just recently.
It's been happening slowly over the period of 2 years.
I take it Fenris was the first.
That he was. It was this sudden change in potential. He was more fierce in battle, more fierce with his studies, and just eager to be to show what he had to offer. And with the power of the Nightgram, it was something I couldn't ignore. He was just more of an elder, more of a matured child. And it has taken him, I visited him in the night, and this event has taken its toll on him. He is still, he feels that it is his fault, but
Please assure him it's everyone's fault, not just his.
it is. We believe it. I have invited them over here later tonight for dinner
I don't.
and to refix our relationship with the Glite family. We have a mutual understanding that we believe that someone posing as another blood hunter, not of the Order of a Lycan, was posing as a cleric of the blood hunter clan, but she was more or less just a blood mage who got the upper hand quickly. And the Glites have admitted it was them who got her interested in our family.
Well, I wish I was there for. Or I wish I could be there for this, but
You can stay as long as you want, King.
I have other. I don't want to leave, and I don't want to leave you guys.
We have
But-
much to fix and much to it.
I have other matters to attend to.
Yes. We are trying to get our guards back organized, all the ones that have left. We are a little understaffed at the moment, we'll say, for Aslan. We'll take some time to get it back up and running.
I saw Sindramar before I killed the Nightgram.
Unfortunately, we got rid of all of the...
I know.
We will find them all. We got rid of all the symbols, and they were all
I
melted
think you
down.
misunderstood me, Father.
Yes, I know. Even the statue, you couldn't have seen the statue. We've gotten rid of it from the basement.
I seen him.
Catacombs.
I seen him as if you were him, and I was me.
You saw him in a vision.
As if it was day. Or as if it was real, sorry.
That is a good omen, my son. Cherish that. Only a select few have ever... I myself have never seen him. Your great-grandfather has, though. But for now, eat. Let your friends know they are welcome here. And also, I know Fenris has... He is strong, the child. He is. But he would like to speak to, I believe his name was Zook, the gnome.
Never heard of him. Yes, Zook. Him and Fenris were good friends.
Peculiar, but he understands camaraderie, friendly camaraderie between a group.
I'm more curious, Father, but
Ask anything you must.
why you took the metronome from the monastery? That was well before this blood mage showed up, no?
No,
That was when Raquel went missing and I went to go find him. That's the whole reason I left.
the metronome was only taken 2 years ago
Then why did the monastery close its doors?
because of the metronome being taken.
Maybe I have my timeline screwed up. I apologize, Father.
Could be me.
It's all
No,
good.
it was 2 years ago since. The name certainly gives you kind of a rundown of what's
Yeah.
happened. And, like, even though he says it's a year that's happened, Fenris says it's been even longer. But yes, once the monastery opened up and let people come in, that is when Fenris found out about. And it's been open to the people a while, but it was when Fenris, because of the family name, he was actually taken to a sanctioned off quarters of the monastery, and that's where he saw this metronome. The Nightgram took interest in it because, and he goes on to tell you that the Nightgram was going to use the metronome, its power and ability to recharge its users' kind of spell intake or arcane focus. She was going to convert that with the blood and then make this cathedral her new lair.
Right.
The combination of that.
We,
The father had also
that would've been
mentioned
cool.
that he's not going to lie to you since he respects the shit out of you now for doing it.
A Nightgram
but
blood lair?
because you were the latest person to take the blood right, and no one has been taking it since the Nightgram took over, that you may have it. You might be tainted.
I've defeated it once, and I will defeat it again, Father.
I am not worried at all.
Shit.
You turned out to be a great warrior, and I see great things coming from you. And
I only
hopefully, at one time, you can drop the alias and take your given name
I only
with your surname.
stride to be as good as you and Grandfather.
You have already proven to be better.
I am honored with such. I'm lost for words.
I think Kane's taking
apologize.
all
Well,
their success
even
for
the
himself
mo-
again.
The mother is sitting there across from you. Lorna is still with her. They're still wearing their same clothes, but just all freshed up. You can tell they've had a long night. A little bit of bags under their eyes, but
Killed count book.
another thing he'd go on to tell you
Cal.
is just that they were sent to go start infiltrating other orders. You are the Order of the Claw, but there's other blood hunters who, not are lichens, but they use their blood huntings to hunt fiends, fays, and other such beasts. They were going there to actually in place another new Nightgram there.
We have, me and my companions have.
They are welcome to eat with us as well. Please tell them to.
They've had a long day. I'm not stirring them if they wish to sleep.
Rest as long as you need.
We have the metronome in our possession. We will be taking it.
I was going to suggest that, or we would take our hit of pride and go back and tell them everything that's happened. I believe there's still a few that are in the monastery, but most of them have left.
I have an off-topic question, Father.
Ask away.
I never heard very many stories of grandfather and our pious wood, Lord Pious.
Ah, that's a great tale. Phoenix, your grandfather.
Could you shed some light?
Yes, there was, as you know, a vampire, not just any vampire, a vampire with not only thirst for blood, but a thirst for knowledge and power, as most, a never quenched thirst. The Pious Woods became his domain for a long period of time. He had many creatures in the woods, but Phoenix and a band of his adventurers, such as yourselves, I believe some of them were part... Let me make sure I got this right, sorry. Yes, they were partial members of the Quiver, and they actually band together to make it is what it is today. They were a good force, and they destroyed him. They made sure to make sure he's fully eradicated, and Pious Woods has seemed to be flourishing since. Green has come back to it, trees have livened up, natural wildlife has been there.
Don't mean to... I recently was in Pious Woods with my companions,
Dante has told me.
and we came across some
Kobolds.
some kobolds,
I knew what you were thinking.
yeah, who were feeding animal hearts and organs to someone they called Lord Pious.
Me and Dante have yet to discuss this, but I believe his group, the ones that he watched over, from the quick conversation I've had with him, he is resting as well.
Yes.
I believe he said he might have some things for you, but regardless, his group said that they did find someone posing, an actor, from the entertainers gallery. He was posing as a vampire and ordering the kobolds to do his bidding. Now, it also they said when they got there and took care of him and made sure that he was not a vampire, he did have a wound from a relic that they were supposed to bring back here, but unfortunately with the Nightgram's control, we intercept the message, and they were supposed to bring live wargs here so we could do the ceremony to bring forth another Nightgram. He was injured. I believe he is still being held either at the Quiver's gallows or hopefully he's made it there.
This person from the Entertainers Guild has a relic of great power.
It was taken from him.
Oh,
he was injured by it, and I believe it is now in the possession of the Quiver.
Good
From my understanding.
Good to know.
Yes.
That's enough information for now.
It is. Please eat. Enjoy. Let your companions know that they are welcome up here now.
Guys, are you getting up for the day, or are we sleeping it away?
Yeah, so I'm gonna gather up a bunch of bottles, like a little bit of everything, and I'm heading to Zuck's room.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, and I'm just gonna kick in the door.
Zuck,
I'm gonna hear the kick, and I'm
you
just
see all your clothes that are nicely laid out on a shelf. You guys all have basins and whatnot to provide for yourselves, but the door flings open. You laying in your...
I'm just gonna be like, Fennis, no, drop Tim!
Tim's like
Raquel?
curled right up into your neck, like giving you little licks to make sure you're okay. And
I
then you see Booze Hound McGee come in. Hey!
I back up, kind of like close the door, and then I just kind of like knock on it with my head a few times, like
You could come in.
open it, like you're
Have your pants on.
Yeah,
You do have.
maybe.
Everyone has kind of like a you have your backpacks on. I'm just curious where the metronome is at this moment.
It's in the
No.
charger.
I haven't.
No, when that thing, the
Oh,
charger,
that
that
was
charger
after,
just sucks up the
Yes.
aura of magic, and then
Sorry.
it becomes something inside of it.
It's in my pants.
The metronome still works. It's in your
I
pants
completely
pocket.
forgot. I apologize.
And it's weird because it feels like no matter even the friction in your pants, the metronome still ticks. So it's like almost ripping the fabric
Just
in your
fucking-
pants.
Your pants are just doing
Right in the crotch.
I learned a new trick to last night.
So yeah,
You need to get you a bag of some sort.
So I was up all night, and it turns out I can't get drunk. I'm just all I taste is nightgram blood. I need you to make me a drink that will knock me on my ass. And I
can you
just
make another Constitution saving throw since it is morning.
That
that
is not the
is a 7.
I mean, it's better than it's better than
You're okay,
six.
but yeah, keep going.
I need something potent, and I just put down a whole bunch of wines and hard liquors and everything in front of them, and then just head out the door. Let me know if you come up with something.
1 second. Perhaps maybe this is why we shouldn't bite
You're right.
evil-looking blood creatures. Can I do a medicine check on them?
Yeah.
Roll
That's too bad.
2. That'll be 6.
So, you're not too sure if he's sober or drunk while he's telling you this, and he throws it all down. But no, he still seems okay.
Seems like we're going.
I'll see if I can make you.
Still wounds on his chest that have like slightly healed a bit, a little bit of blood gel dripping about.
Oh yeah, I'm covered in scars. So
Oh yeah, you have the
bit
scar
and
from Kane. You have the new
scratch.
bite marks on it. You can always go to the not apothecary.
Yeah.
You can go to a place to get like
They'll heal
wounded
up
up and dressed,
eventually.
but it does look like they'll heal.
Infirmary?
themselves. Infirmary, yes, there is an infirmary here.
Before I leave though, I like this one though, and I take one bottle and then drink it and take it off.
Hey, now you grab it. It is a fine. It is a wine, and it is let's call it Chat Noir.
Oh,
Ooh.
this is a good one.
The Black Cat.
Okay. Well, I'll try and make you something, I guess.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna get dressed.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just kind of sheets up, I guess. Like what the hell?
Just like walking with my little gown on, with Tim off my shoulder.
They're actually not just kind of like a throw over thing of sleeping. These look like fine clothes, and
Yeah.
you look like royalties.
So I'm gonna definitely fold them up and shove them at the bottom
Yeah.
of my backpack.
Yours to keep.
And then I'm gonna go try and find Kane.
Okay.
Probably head to his quarters. Wouldn't even go to the Grey Hall.
Yeah, you just
his
have to go down the
quarters.
hall and you realize where
Yeah.
you're staying. But even just walking that distance, the waft of fresh food coming, or a fresh meal prepared for you, comes wafting up the stairs, going down. Knock on Kane's door. No one answers. And
Then go in his room.
all right, you open it up.
It's actually just like the living quarters.
Yeah, nothing fancy.
Oh, yeah.
And
It's
if
not
you-
my actual room. I got taken out of that room.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever told them that you got a new room or something. So you look at it and you're kind of like, this is noble shit. Like it's just one fresh bed, and a little bit more hay than your
More
bed.
simple,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's just very simple. Basin and none of his belongings seem to be around. Or unless you left your armor there.
Yeah, my room would probably be there.
It's Kane poor.
I'd be walking. I'd be going to go right to the Great Hall, just in my normal.
Yeah, it'd actually be kind of hard not to miss the sounds of like clink, clink,
Oh,
clink,
no,
clink,
I was
clink,
gonna
clink,
say-
the bottles of Raquel
yeah,
walking
yeah.
by in the morning.
That's probably what woke me up.
Yeah, he's supposed to say, yeah, you hear the bottles clanking.
I smell the food, and I just
Yeah.
put my regular leathers on, and
So yeah, by the time you can see that Kane and his father have just finished talking at the table right now, it is just
Renfire.
I'm gonna actually start vetoing some names here. I'm just kidding. Renfar and Lorna sitting there with
Renfar,
Zenthra.
yeah,
Zenthra has
Renfar,
now
yeah.
made her way to the table. Tenthra has come out now too. She'd be arriving the same time as you guys. She has bandages on, and there is actually like a bandage kind of going over her face. and
Fenrin is the
Fenrin would be there. Sorry, it's been a long day.
Fenris.
No, Fenris is not there. Just Fenrin.
No, I know.
Fenrin's there.
Go through the name of family members.
Yeah.
See the list of names.
That's what happens when you let me make names.
No, it's all right. I enjoyed it. I should be more on the point. It's been a long day. Anyways, so back in the game. Okay. So you're at the dinner table. It looks like a majority of Kane's family sitting there, except for Fenris.
Now, Jane would just be like hovering behind me. Just,
Oh, you have that? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't really. Yeah. Lorna would probably take a look at the guy, like just see it kind of going in a little perplexed, but everyone else stays are cool. They're all eating, and as you guys enter, they actually stand up out of their seats and like put you guys in a very drastic change from what you guys first got.
Good morning.
I want Tim to be on my shoulder.
Yeah.
Tim to be on my shoulder.
Mhm.
But like when we walk in the room, I just want to kind of like see if that's kind of accepted.
Oh yeah, they say they are all standing,
Yeah.
waiting for you guys to
Okay.
sit down.
So,
Roll a perception check though.
7.
So no. As Zook kind of gets ready to, if you guys are all sitting down, the rest of you or what's your passive perception? I should just ask.
Passive.
Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't even ask for a roll. By
Just your wisdom.
It's right on your sheet there. But anyways, don't worry about it. Don't even look it up. But I will need to know it later. You see Zenthra sitting across from you. Oh yeah, then you'd see it. So as you see like Tim sitting on your shoulder, everyone's all cool with it. Zenthra like just stares at it for a second, and goes, tries to bite. And Tim's like, "Eek," goes back in for a second. Picks up. She sits back with a little playful smirk on her face.
I was gonna look at her, give her a wink, and bite back at her.
Ooh.
As Raquel walks in.
Raquel walks in, she looks, her eyes kind of roll a bit. Roll a performance check on the wink, just to see. 9. She kind of a deep little laugh.
I just chuckled too, because like,
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
Yeah. No, she was wanting to play too. But you can see her, like, as Raquel walks in, she starts paying more attention to you.
Oh, perfect.
Gives Raquel kind of like a cold look and then
Ah.
sits over. Interesting. So, please, sit down. What is ours is yours.
Thank you.
Sit down. Raquel,
Father.
very good to see you again.
Yes, you know Raquel.
You
This
know,
is
growing
Graf.
into quite the man. Graf.
And this is the
Pleasure.
little one, Zuck.
Zook.
Yes. I see you've found the basin. That's good.
And any clothes you were given, please feel free to keep them.
I'm just gonna casually
We have-
pat my back.
We have some fine garments that are left behind from some little folk that were here. And you are more than welcome to keep. If you ever need to get into fine establishments, this should cover
Yes,
you.
thanks to your son, I will need to get all my clothes retailored now. I'm so much
He
taller than
sends
before.
his deepest regards. He is
Thank
a little torn at the moment, but
Turn the camera back on.
he apologizes for his unnecessary remarks that he's made towards you. That was not him. He is more curious about the gnome race. He enjoys the jingle.
Well, I'll have to let him know that we aren't just a bunch of subhuman people.
No, that is. Hello. Sorry, we're having a little technical difficulties. We blame Paul,
Time
even though he's
on.
not here.
Time.
Come on.
Yeah.
A little issue with our audio. We'll get it all figured out hopefully by next stream or by the end of the stream. Yes. Anyway, so back in, all at the dinner table, all eating. Very more welcoming atmosphere. Fresh foods on the table.
Don't worry.
Billy's here to chill. Anything else you guys would like to ask?
No.
Oh, what? Oh, we're
We're
back.
back. We're back.
We're just back.
Yeah, jump
Mentioned
back.
to Kane about our little road trip we're gonna take this afternoon, and
Okay.
Raquel. Where is Helgen?
you see Raquel kind of just like grab a bottle and just walk out like, and then just
Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're
just
gonna
like-
make your way. After telling Kane what you guys want to do, then you're like, oh shit, I'll go back
Yeah.
and get him.
first I give Fenrir a high
But he
five
does.
too.
Scruff is still alive. His business has been hurting since the Nightgrams takeover. Family gives you a little rundown because they were all falsemen. They had issues getting close to silver, unless it was wrapped up in something. And Wolfsbane messed with them a lot, as well as fresh milk. So his pastry products could not be made to their full potential since fresh milk. So his business took a hit, but a lot of the civilians here who have not left and who have stayed have been through some troubling time, and you could get the sense that your family is all trying to make plans now to straighten things out.
It's good to hear that things will be restoring back to normal.
It is.
Thank you.
So as well. But yes, the grounds are yours to do with what you must. Anything we can do to help
I have
you?
one request.
Yes.
Promote Ricardo.
Ricardo. Ah. Yes, your babysitter.
Whichever you want to call it.
Ricardo and I, we communicate when you were here in town.
But he is due for
He is due.
some great promotion.
Ricardo,
He
the
will,
real
he will
dad.
become head of the guard.
Perfect.
Our current head of the guard is fortunately wounded, and will need some much needed R&R.
I would just I get up from the table
Yeah.
and I head over to my mom and just give her a big hug.
She embraces you fully and like hugs you back.
I've missed you, Mom.
I've missed you so much. But
She just feels something grab
heard
around her.
you're becoming the man we'd hope you'd be, and you.
You're not disappointed
You
then
saved
that I
us.
left?
No. Those were
was-
all the nightgrams finding
I was
other
worried.
praise weaknesses and just preying upon them. It was a weird feeling. I was myself, but not. I was watching myself from a distance, and I could not do anything to stop what I was doing. I'm fortunate that I didn't do too much to you, but I'm sorry for what we put you three through. To have someone come out of their blood right can be quite a vicious experience, and
I
the
need
fact that
to-
you were
Definitely
there.
interesting.
I need to
Especially when you
give
don't know they're a werewolf.
I need to give
He
credit.
does- We do keep our secrets, but for now we think that should be something we forget. We should learn to be more open and not be so secretive.
Knowledge is everything.
Knowledge is power, my friend.
I need to give credit where it's due. I know I'm your son, and I seem to have collected a lot of this. How do I say it? They helped me as much as I've helped you guys get out of this. They are due to as much credit as I am.
Oh yes, your
I just want to make that clear.
friends will be held in high regard.
More,
Even
if
your
anything.
troublesome friend here, Raquel, your childhood friend.
Oh, I'm gone.
Oh yeah, you're going. Yeah, they're looking. They're like,
Yeah.
Sherry, check the liquor cabinet just to make sure. You know, he can take as much booze as he wants. Just make sure he doesn't look for answers at the bottom of the bottle. It leads to a very troublesome
If
time.
I may,
His ex just
Right.
there, like,
along
Right.
with the request
That's
of
right.
Ricardo
Yeah.
being promoted, could I also ask that the church to our chapel to Sindramar is restored
Oh,
first?
it will. That is our first order to fill the faith in this town and make sure that anyone we have wronged, it will not be an easy task. I do not want to go into the gruesome details of some of the things we did when a majority of us were falsemen. Even some of the shop owners around here were falsemen, and once their usefulness was used up, the Nightgram decided that it was time for them to leave this plane. So we will look for clerics to maybe see if we can bring them back.
Very well. I'm going to take my leave from the table.
But please, if you decide to leave Aslan, do not leave without saying goodbye. We have
Of course,
What you
I would
want to
never
do.
do that.
I was gonna say, I don't really know what their plans are for the day, but Renfire, is there perhaps like a library or something?
Oh, there is,
Definitely
yes,
like
yes.
to check it out.
Most knowledge about the Nightgram and other things pertaining to it have been destroyed. we will see about getting that information back. But yes, we have many books. Is there anything certain or anything specific? A little bit of the tongue is still molding back. But yes, anything in particular pertaining to anything that you're looking for? Or?
Not really. Yeah, like they say, knowledge is power. And,
That it is. It's good.
And perhaps something will pique my interest once I get there.
By all means, yes, she tells you the directions to go. If you'd like company, she's actually a big bookworm, and she'd join you and help you find anything you need.
I have all the company I need.
Yes, little familiars are very comforting.
Yes.
Mhm.
I'm just going to take my lead towards the library.
Okay. Yeah, she gives you directions, and you kind of go through past the kitchen area, and it's just a very interesting way it looks like a wall, but just the way it's laid out, it almost looks like a false way to get around to hide it.
I like that.
They hide a few things there, especially their armory and some other things that they have here.
Interesting.
Anybody else?
If you have a forge or something, I gotta do some maintenance on my armor.
I
Pretty
believe we have the Whispering Forge is back. He's licking his wounds, but he is back. Kling Bronzebeard should be back at his shop.
All right. Well, I'll go head over there.
Careful, bad neighborhood. Moth theft.
I'll make
Push the
sure
windows. Oh no, you opened the window yet.
No, I broke it.
Oh, never mind. I wouldn't have.
You would have heard all the
No.
audio, but you just wouldn't hear that last part Jane talked to him about.
Right. How'd you know I was gonna ask that?
Because I'm a DM.
Bullshit. Smart. I like that. Okay.
All right. So you're going to the library, going to the forge. You're going to find Helkin.
I'm just gonna head out into the town and take a
Okay.
stroll.
As you,
I would like to go towards the forestish,
yeah, sure. You know the lay of the lands.
where
For the first
Something
time
is buried.
since you've been here, it actually feels a little bit more like home. You can see a little bit more. People's blinds are open, their shutters are open, and you can see people cautiously still going out into the streets. But first thing you notice is there's actually groundskeepers who are like plucking away at some of the weeds and some of the stuff that is overgrown.
let out an audible sigh and kind of smile.
Correction, sorry. Back to Reddit. The Nightgram showed up 5 years ago. Forgot. My
Okay.
mistake. But they didn't start happening until 8 months where it got
Yeah.
ramped up.
Yeah, yeah.
This last year has been hell for them.
And yeah, I just let out an audible sigh and just kind of smile, like,
Because your family ain't pussies, you know.
yeah.
The Nightgram had to work patiently to get at
Yeah.
these people. Okay. But yes, even the fresh air, still a scent of burning in the air. Few clouds and just a little bit of mist because it's still sort of morning and you're high altitude. There's just the light clouds. But you're, it's...
I just kind of close my eyes and open them, and then I follow my old path that I would take as a kid,
Yeah.
playing in the streets with a cow, and
Cool.
trace my steps back towards where
Cool.
the forest
Roll a
kind
perception
of
check for
starts.
me.
Ooh, yeah. I like that. Oh, I still have a
Disadvantage.
Ooh, that's 6.
6. When you look behind you as you made your way through the streets, you kind of hear a doof, and you look back, and a small female child is following you, and it is Fenrir. No
Yes.
oomph or anything like that. She just jumped, and then she's very first time you've seen color come to her pale face,
Yes.
red in the cheeks, like you could tell she was trying to be.
I'm going to a secret spot. You may come. Come on. I put her up on my shoulders.
Oh yeah, she's very light, petite there, but like as you're about to pick her up on your shoulders, she's like the first time she usually walked very stern and down, but there's a little bit, almost a frolic to her that she's happy to be with you, and put her up on your shoulders and very proud to be sitting with her big brother King.
Perfect. And I head towards the bush where I know there's some symbols.
All right. Anything particular you're looking for in the library?
I'm looking for a book on Wolfsbane.
Oh, don't even need to roll. Are you just doing this yourself or asking her about it?
Yeah, I can do both. Actually.
She's with you, so if you're looking
Okay.
for anything, you don't really need to
She's
roll.
my
She's
guide?
yeah,
Perfect.
she loves the library. That's where
Awesome. Her name is
she's
Laura.
also a keeper of the like she's the one who helps in books because she is capable in battle, as she'll explain. But she also she's more or less likes to combat ink against parchment, and she likes to write a lot. But yeah, she takes you in. It's very quick for you to find. You find out all about Wolfsbane. Is that it is kind of like a incense or a ceremonial kind of sense for them. It keeps the inner beast at bay, that she says. But there is a book about it.
More boats. Just want to know like whereabouts it grows.
Oh, whereabouts it grows? Is
Easy
it
to grow
actually
myself, like climate wise?
high altitudes? It grows quite nice up here. But we have our special fertilizer that we put on it.
Ooh.
She leans in.
Fertilizer.
Wolfsbane.
I'm just gonna jump
But
that down.
There is different forms of it that can grow in different places, but she says, why limit yourself to just one kind of plant? Like, I have a book of herbology here that you can gladly glance at.
I'm just stunned and like my eyes gloss over.
So she's like,
yes, yes, yes.
mhm.
Precious,
Yeah,
precious.
oh yeah. She gives you a smaller tome of a couple volumes. Actually, the Wolfsbane part of it, would be ripped out, but she knows it by mind and of growing up. She informs you of it, but you can say as you look at it, there's a couple pages just torn. This will be my next couple months' work right here. But yes, you do have a book now on about herbs. Anytime you do a nature check referencing herbs or what kind of plants it is, you have advantage.
Goodness.
You find Helkin hunkered down, just waiting. He's like, as you come, you can see him like he's ready with his knife. Looks still on edge.
It's okay. It's okay.
Is it? You look a little worse for wears. Wait,
It bit me, so I bit it back. 3 times.
I'd like to maybe administer something to you that, just for your own sake, if you don't mind.
I've been administrating all morning.
He chuckles. He finds that kind of funny. I have some bottles back at my shop we could have together, maybe.
Not really, I've been going through them.
It's true.
This lightheartedness and humor is very good for me to see. So he goes on to ask you about everything that's transpired.
I'm filling him.
Yeah, so you fill him in as you guys walk back to the shop. The
It
shop's
sucked.
a
You
little
wouldn't believe
tough.
this. All he did was push buttons. And he was just...
Kind of laughs. Them gnomes always tinkering with stuff, eh? They're good. They're good.
It's so true.
Curiosity.
Kane's getting his arm bit off, and there's Zuck just like...
You can see him like he's mixing drinks as you're telling this tale. He's roll a performance check. Let's see if that bardness kicks in for you.
Yeah, I'm just like. click.
that would be
Okay,
14.
Oh,
Did you get that?
14's good enough. For most times, as you remember as a kid, Halkin would usually tell you guys tales while you're trying to like sleep, lay low, and like cool stories. For once, he is like sitting back, just like not even sitting back, leaning in, having a big tankard while he's sharing booze with you as he's kind of starting to fix up his shop. Stops and laughs all about the button pushing and but the bites. Do you allow him to administer something to you?
Yeah, I'll
Okay. Whether you like it or not, he was going to do something for you. Anything? Yeah. So you've got Helkin safe now. He's at Hobbies and such. The shop is getting put back into order.
much just
You can
talking
see actually a
to-
couple guards there that are like helping out because they were under direct order to ransack the place.
Yes. Where are you?
I'm here. That's all I say.
Helkin, I'll be back later to
Oh
say
no!
goodbye.
Please do. Please, if you need to leave or say bye, I can
You guys are very.
talk to you about some things. I have got some black market deals coming in from the Hydra. Oh, okay, see you later.
I'm back!
Okay.
Full sprint.
Full sprint.
Leave
Graph.
and run, yeah.
You see
Let me use Step of the Wind.
in the shop, you see Kling's Bronzebeard Yes, Kling Bronzebeard, a sling and arm, badly hurt, a lot of bruises on his face
Just
from a great fall he may have just taken recently, but he has survived and been healed. You can see him kind of looking at, as you enter in, he does notice you, apologizes for the actions that he has taken. But then you can just hear him be like, the piss they forge and all the mold is just fucked. All this silver, and here I need to repress the shit and all the fuck. This sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of a mess in here, isn't it?
It is. And where the fuck is all my gold? Fuck, someone stole my fucking gold. That's all right, though. I deserve it. I was a bit of an asshole there these last couple of months.
Oh, it's kind of understandable since the circumstances. But
Thank you for understanding. Most people don't. I'm usually just an asshole, but now I'm a mean asshole.
yeah, but
But I'm better now.
Oh yeah, you guys. Yeah.
Since you were an asshole, I assume I am allowed to work in here. As
Yes, you're friends of the Xalbur, the middle child there. Yes,
Yeah, of course.
yes, oh, for sure. You're more than welcome here.
All right.
I can't really forge shit because all the silver is just fucked here, and I need to get the heat back up and running before I can reforge some silver weapons.
Well, I don't mind giving you a hand as soon as I'm done cleaning up my armor here. It's just
Oh yeah, I have polish there. Yep, that's still there. That's somebody stole my booze too. Shit, this fucking sucks. Well, I don't need it. But yes, by all means, the polish. I have hammers, the small ones, little ones, big ones, and the in-betweenies.
Have you ever worked on anything like this? And just
Sweeties.
gesture to my armor. Or...
See him like he has his big beard there. He's still kind of scraggly and wounded up. Looks at it. Dude, no, not. I mostly work with leather. All these little blood hunters like to be fast moving, and I can't really make something. Sorry, be fast moving because his arms in a sling.
Didn't want to.
I mostly do leather work, but sometimes silver is fun to play with because it can bend really easy when sheet, but once it hardens, it's fucked. But anyways, no, I have not seen nothing like that. Well, I have, but I do not know how I could possibly begin to help you.
No, that's
More of weapons and a leather smithing is my icing on the cake, as Scruff would say.
Yeah, I'm gonna clean this up, and I may once I'm done there, I'll help you out with the silver if maybe I can have some of it.
By all means, I guess you can. Yes, I don't have a minting press here. I do have some mold. Oh, maybe they may have. I have to check if I have molds, but yes, you can definitely take some silver.
No, just maybe some ignits or something. Just
Oh yes, that's what I'm planning to do, and whatever the Xalburs want done, that is what Kling Bronzebeard does.
perfect. And I just turn around and start getting to work.
All right. Oh, he's one of them busybodies. I like to fuck ZK9 once in a while, but all right, you work, I work. And you can see him starting to try to get the bellows going and trying to get the heat going hot enough to start remelting the silver, and he's going to try to start make ignits until he runs out. All right. So you've all done your things. You guys are in the woods.
Following the secret trail.
Can you please repeat the code for me?
Yes, I can. 3 left arrows.
Yep.
2 right arrows.
Yep.
1 left arrow.
All right. You
Then-
can't find the third left arrow.
Mother.
Roll a investigation or survival check since you're in the woods, and don't do it with disadvantage because Fenrin is helping you.
Oh, that's a 21.
It looks like something has tried to cover up the mark or resketched it out, but Fenrin points to the next step,
You've been. Okay.
nods her heads, and then she looks over and a big smile hits her face and kind of tugs on you from the shoulders, grabs your ears and turns your head as you see
I think it's this way, Raquel.
stumbling back through the woods "Eh."
Oh, Raquel.
Not stumbling, but yeah, you don't know if he's acting or if he's drunk or whatever, but he stumbles up behind it.
I take a whiff in the air. Yeah, he's drunk. All right. I
I
I
wish.
go to that tree.
All right.
You won't believe what I have. I had
Oh.
to go to Zuck.
That's pretty low, even for your standards.
I'm sure he can come up with something. He's smart at times.
Well, it's either gonna make you drunk or it's gonna kill you. So
Well, if I don't get drunk, I'm gonna die.
See Fenrir be shake her head. No, Sorry, she can't talk.
I go to where the tree, beside the tree,
Yeah.
and I
Well grown. Yeah, be well grown over now.
kind of push through the grass,
Mm-hmm.
kind of to where I remember as a kid. I kind of closed my eyes a
Yeah.
little bit, image it, and
Both
both
you guys roll an investigation check.
I was just
We'll see who finds it first.
Okay, well I definitely do.
4.
17.
17.
Disadvantage. Let's just say. Okay.
Don't have
Still
disadvantage.
11. Still 11.
Fenrin's helping you.
Okay.
Yeah.
17.
17. Yeah, it takes you a second. You see Raquel digging in like the opposite side of the tree. Dig in there, and then you kind of find, and then you and Fenrin like both kind of like, and she points there and
Yeah. I go and pick it up.
undig it. There it is.
I wasn't even close.
You find the kind of broken down little crate. Some time has passed by. The only thing that kind of throws you off, even with, will this mess up our audio? Just a second.
I'm listening, so.
The only thing that kind of throws you off a little bit is it looks like there is a newer latch on it, but the rest of it still looks old.
I don't.
But it doesn't look locked.
I open.
Open it.
I check for some kind of trap.
Roll an investigation check.
10.
Does
points.
not appear to be trapped.
I open it.
You open it. Lo and behold, when you open it up, there is some type of cloth that is all wrapped up, bundled up. You kind of remember putting this in it.
Is this it, Raquel? I don't remember this new. This latch looks fairly new.
Not fair. It just looks newer than the box and what you guys put this in.
Would you like to do the honors, Raquel?
Let's grab it.
All right. Kind of unfolds. A wooden mask falls into the crate again from the.
Oh, that's mine.
You grab that, and there is.
You don't remember my mask I used to wear when we ran around as kids?
Oh, yes.
And there, when you unravel it all, there is the relic that I wouldn't call it relic, but an item
Heirloom or something.
Yeah.
with a
Fancy jewelry.
piece of parchment attached to it.
Give me that. You can't read.
Look at it. There are arcane. When you read it, you don't know what the voice is or anything like that, but it just says there are ways in the arcane to locate an object that's missing.
That's all it says?
That's all it says. So from that, gather you don't remember putting that in there, but someone has put that in there.
I think we need to go see Helkin.
And what was the relic that you stole?
It's a necklace.
The necklace.
Yeah. I haven't seen that.
Describe it. Fancy. How fancy?
It's a gold amulet-sized, big gold with a big ruby in the middle, and little sapphires and emeralds going up the side.
Mhm.
It's quite a piece.
It is quite a piece. No wonder a family may have wanted to gift that to another family.
No idea. No idea.
No idea what you're talking about.
Fenrin,
Found it in a
Fenrir
alley.
looks.
don't. I was gonna say don't say a word to mom and dad, but. Thank you.
I like her.
We need to go to Elkins. I put the mask in my bag.
Did you inspect it all or just throw it in the bag?
No, I would have no reason to inspect it.
Okay, cool.
Just put it in my bag.
Cool.
Maybe when I get
All
to
right.
Elkins, who knows?
Well, yeah, except for the cryptic level note. But,
Yeah,
you know.
I kind of put the dirt back,
Yeah.
try and hide where we put the stuff.
I will say it is kind of fancy writing, fancy calligraphy that is written in this letter.
I'm gonna hold on to the parchment. I mean, it doesn't make sense for someone to write this, Raquel.
Wait, what?
Items can be located by arcane means.
No, I wouldn't. No, I've never opened a book in my life.
I'm just saying, if someone knew that this was missing and the guild family got tarnished and ran through the street, why wouldn't they have brought it back to them?
No, didn't you say you ran into one of them?
Yeah, he had no idea.
Maybe he wrote it.
Maybe he wants to be poor.
Well, suit himself then. Well, we should go back to Helkins, though, I think.
Probably the best idea.
This
I
could be
mean,
worth a
it
lot of
only feels right to go back to Helkins after this.
Okay.
Head to Helkins.
Oh, he's fine.
Perfect.
Who? Falcon?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alright.
A little grumpy.
Fixing up a shop.
As we walk by the Whispering Forge, I'm going to throw my other empty bottle through the other window.
As you work at the forge, you just
Accidentally.
as glass breaks. What the fuck again? And then you see him turn around just as the flames are going. Kind of turns almost singed his beard while he looks, and a broken glass is hit. And
Not even on purpose. Just like kind of like chucked it sideways. His window happened to be right there.
just roll an attack roll for me, just to. It's enough that you hear this smash. Doesn't break the glass, but just shatters across the storefront, and Halkin kicks. You damn fucking! I know you. Hi. He's one of the good ones. That one. Fucking asshole.
On our way back.
So you guys would see Graf
Yeah.
looking at you guys.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey guys.
Hey, Graf. Well, I would have known what you were doing anyways because I was there at the hall.
We're going to Halkins. As we just keep walking.
Okay.
I would like to stop at the old chapel or whatever you want to call it, church that I went through.
Yeah.
That Vannon guilt was it?
Yeah, Vannon. Yeah.
Yeah,
he was there, the older guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, just
Told me.
getting my ducks in a row.
Is this
creak open the door.
Yeah, actually, the door is actually open. They're letting air in, and you can see a lot of the housemaids that were in the cathedral are here
Vannon?
helping out. Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, you're here.
Yes, I am, but
Why did you write this note?
what note? I write many scriptures for the thrill of the hunt. I've written that.
It wasn't him.
The long
Ouch.
hunt, I've written that. I've written
Great detective
Irithina
work.
and the hunt. I've also written a couple of...
Vannon.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Do you recognize this handwriting? I show him a snippet of not the whole thing, just like the first couple words.
Okay, no, I can't say that I
Alright,
have.
Thank you. I
Okay,
hope your
well, hold on a second.
misfortunes have...
Oh, you just showed him a little bit of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
just the first
Yeah.
couple words. I hope your misfortunes have turned around.
It seems that there is a new dawn here in Aslin, and wrongs have been written, and we will write about the wrongs so we do not commit them again.
Absolutely. Good day,
Mhm.
Vannon.
Excellent day.
And I had a...
We don't want to give him.
Nope. Can't just be 100%.
Actually, yeah, so as you're going to the chapel, too, you'd see that the gates to the old Guilt Banner are actually open, and there's
nice.
a few guardsmen in there.
Perfect.
Not their job. You hear them arguing a little bit, like, oh, our fucking job, but hey, well, we'll do it. And everyone's kind of preoccupied, focusing on the city to try to make things right quickly. Like, they're trying to make amends.
We're beelining into Halkins.
All right. you
Not
guys
like
good?
a run or anything. We're just
Yeah.
go to Halkins.
Yeah, going to Helkins, walk by there. Zook, you've spent some time in the library, got a herbalist book. Anything else you're looking for?
I don't know. I'm just wondering about this relic that we found. Do you have any information on it, or
Which relic is that?
this metronome?
Oh, the metro. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The monks of the Open Palm Monastery believed it was a way to keep balance. That's what the lore says. The powers it grants, I believe, it allows the monks to exert themselves with getting replenished.
Yeah.
It is not everlasting. Those who hold on to it must live by strict code to always maintain the balance. For every good, there is bad, and it has to sway back and forth. It was, I believe, once that relic, unfortunately, when we took it away, it led the Shadow Fist more leeway at the monastery. The monastery was an interesting place. They kept the people who had more, I don't want to say evil, but just more of a selfish outlook on life against those who wish to share and embrace other kinds of power. With the metronome in the place, it made sure these two clans got together and was able to teach one another. But once we stole this metronome, I believe the Shadow Fist drove quite a bit of the other monks out of the monastery. From what I've heard and from our recon there, I believe the Shadow Fist has gone on to start their own monastery somewhere. So the balance would need to be brought in before the monastery could open up. There's definitely key techniques that could stain the veil, as some people call it. Because key and arcane are threads in the same kind of, I always like to say cardigan, but some people just say the weave. So yeah, what from you can gather from it, it's just it's not meant to be held by one person to do it. It can be, but that person must walk a fine line, as well as it's more of kind of an aura pulsing thing. And the Nightgram she'd go into was explaining that the Nightgram was evil and trying to confuse the blood hunters and the evilness to make this new kind of blood hunter.
Okay.
So could you do me a favor? Will you be traveling with my son for some time?
Yes.
Keep an eye on him.
I'd love to.
He,
He's an interesting
as we've
guy.
told him himself, he is tainted by the Nightgram, and when he loses control, we're just afraid of how much control the Nightgram might take over in those situations.
I guess I've seen him. Doesn't like to get hit.
With us sharing the bond with the Nightgram, we are concerned, obviously. He is our son and our blood. But we are just unaware of what capabilities, if any, the Nightgram. This could all just be lore and hush-posh. But just, please, keep an eye on my son.
Yeah, so if he's acting weird, we'll make sure to tune him down a bit.
Excellent, excellent.
Also, do you know where I could get some wolfsbane?
Oh, yes. Actually, no. Maybe in the woods, close to the settlement, but the Nightgram had us destroy quite a bit of our supply and what we use, so it'll take us some time to either regrow it or find it, but I don't know of any stashes that are around. I'm sorry.
Awesome, thank you. Actually, I'm gonna ask her if she has any information on. I can't remember their names right now, but those four like clans you just talked about that were warned by Vincent.
The Sisters of the Serpent,
The Sisters
Iron
of the
Reach,
Serpent, the Iron Reach.
the Cult of the Faceless One,
Yes, those
and the Star Spawn.
Yes.
Yes, she would have some information on that. I will.
Put Spawn
Spawn
stuff.
Stars, I love that. Does it look like a lot?
Yes, it's a lot to digest what she would know because she's actually not.
I'm
The
more
one thing
interested
she'd
in-
tell you more or less is that the Iron Reach, they would be. They are a great. They used to be a great capital, a great city, long ago. From whatever knowledge, even though it is little, they were a big player in the Skyfire Wars. There is a lot of your kin, gnome folk, who were tinkerers who made great war machines to go up against these other type of war machines. The Golden Reach had they came into a great supply of this mineral called Teslamite, which powered their machines. And then for a time they went dark. And then they came back as the Iron Reach. And most people would go to them to make large airships, ground rollers, as she calls them, and other great vessels.
And have you heard of any activity of them?
No, they've been quite quiet for the last 6 years or so.
What about the Sisters of the Serpent? Sisters of the Serpent.
That, she goes into just explaining that they are serpents. They're humanoids with serpent blood in them, and they pray to Dendar, the feeder of nightmares. A great. There is prophecy that this great snake will devour the world and bring the end and bring on total darkness. Lords of the Faceless One, or sorry, Cult of the Faceless One, are a cult she doesn't really call them organized because they are all very crazy and chaotic, but they worship ooze.
Ooze?
Yeah. And the star spawn are more of astrology and warlocks that worship all sorts of different kind of demons and deities. But yeah, those are 4 not big players, but in this area of Aberath, they used to be big opponents, but were driven away, and most of them haven't been heard from in 10 to 5 years.
2 last questions.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any books on the Skyfire War?
No. Skyfire War is all hearsay and back and forth. The only place... Everyone has their theories about... I'm going to go into my voice here. Everyone has their own theories about the Skyfire Wars of exactly what happened. Mm-hmm. So all tales are very hard to tell. The only place you'd be able to maybe find something about it would be the Ocularium, which is located in the old land of Drostress. And it borders on Gordain. But it is, she'd tell you, it's a dangerous place to get to, and if anybody's still there, that is where the great arcane library used to be.
I'm just so greedy.
Oh yeah, so much information this episode. I apologize. What time is it? For you viewing at home, your drinks are probably empty. I know you can get up from your chairs to go to the bathroom, but I can't. We're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be right back to finish it up. Thank you very much for watching.
Okay, I'm putting it live. So
Okay, we're live?
Not yet.
Not even a count. Not even a count. We're just going to keep going. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Hell Journey is a fun place. I'd like to have everyone coming here one day.
Yeah, 20-person stream.
Okay, we're good. We apologize. We're running again without a moderator. And we've experienced an audio issue with the camera that flicks on and off here now and then. But thank you very much for bearing with us. Anyways, our adventurers are still in Aslan, looking around the town, seeing it slowly start to come back to its normal routine. Kane, Raquel, you guys have gone to Helkins?
Yes.
Yes.
Halkin. How's it going?
Better now. I've heard the great tale of Raquel and the button pusher Zook.
Button pushers. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was quite the ordeal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see you're alive and well.
Kane
I am
killed
too.
4 wolves.
No shit.
Nope, 2. 2
Honesty.
2 plus the nightgram, but
Well,
I'm not used to
We
your
all know
honesty
who really
ways.
killed the
Usually it'd be
Nightcrown.
very tight-lipped when you come here for cover.
I pass him the note. He can read the full thing.
He looks at it.
Do you recognize this handwriting?
No, not too. Kind of looks at it and then kind of holds it up to a candlelight.
Mm-hmm.
And there you see at the same time he does, but there is it's almost like invisible ink. It just kind of just shows up when there's light on it.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's a cloth of a mask, just a piece of clothing, the way it's drawn on there.
Yeah.
And then there's just a big, which to your mind looks like a flamingo sitting beside it in hidden letters like a signature.
What the fuck is that?
That is definitely a black market signature. It's an old signature from what
Of what?
That can't be. That's from... It's some type of construction company.
Holy shit.
And it looks like the flamingo is talking to us right now. No, just kidding.
What?
It's a
What?
form of thieves' cant written. Usually, thieves' cant is done with stoic manners of hand symbols, but this is more of a almost riddle picture, I guess. But it is a very old construction company called the Pink Flamingos.
Do you have the necklace?
Necklace?
Or do I? Who has it?
Are you asking this out of character, or
Yeah,
is it
Well, check your
Uh,
pants.
Yeah.
they're
No,
baggy?
I haven't.
They're hammer pants, as I
It
imagine.
was.
That's what I'm picturing, dude.
Still
Do
like
you-
red stains all.
You know who the guilts are. You remember their misfortune, tragedy,
The guilds?
guilts.
Oh, the guilds. Yes,
You
that's
remember their
unfortunate.
tragedy, yeah? They're
They
very-
promised a great
Well,
present, actually, to make amends. Something they promised your grandfather a long time, but it was supposed to go
I
to
pull
your
out
mother.
the necklace. In front of Helkin, the
Yeah.
necklace.
Looks up. That is shiny.
This is the heirloom that the guilts were supposed to present to my family.
There was a moment when this all happened, and the fact that you two disappeared at the same time.
Coincidence.
I
I
checked
think so.
my shop over and over for 10 days straight to make sure it wasn't here, but it was an offering. The Gilts and your family
Right.
had a deal to go through. The Gilts have a good relationship with the Merchants Guild, the Emerald Merchants Guild,
So
and it
here's
was
the thing, Helkin. I just went and we just dug this up in our little hiding spot.
it was in Aslan the whole time.
Okay, let me finish.
Grabs a bottle, corks it on, starts pouring a drink again. Pours one for
This-
Raquel.
This note was buried with it. It was not there when we put it in the ground.
Maybe they located it and
What, left it there for us to find? I don't understand. If it was of some importance, why did they leave a message with it?
or maybe it was some type of thieves guild who found it and
What, just said, oh, it looks expensive, we'll just leave it there with a message.
or they're talking about the parchment itself. They could locate this parchment with this treasure and once it moves location. I would like you guys to take this parchment far away from my establishment as quick as possible. I can meet you outside at any moment you'd like.
Oops, dropped it. Do you have a source of fire?
That I do.
Oh.
The candle that he's holding it up to. Burns it up.
Eh,
Problem solved.
no, nothing to worry about. Now,
I love that.
the price of this.
Raquel has no idea what the fuck's going on if you guys are talking
Oh,
about
the
this shit.
price for that family heirloom,
I
would
prefer to
r-
call it. Heirloom seems to diminish the price of it.
well, no,
I
it's-
am more in the Helkin. We've known each other for a while.
you're looking at about a probably 4-figure price range.
You want to help?
Anywhere
Move
between... I move this.
Wow. Sell it.
This would actually bring a great peace between the two families.
The piece has already been mended. Do you not see what's going on out there?
I do see that the...
I gave
city-
that old man Van 10 gold pieces the other day. Okay?
Yes, but this item here would bring back his family name.
He already had. It's fine.
No
After
one-
we're done here, and I sell this necklace to you, which I'm going to do. I'm gonna go
I'm
back
not
up
going
to
to buy that. I do not have that
Helgen,
much gold
my
on me.
friend. I gotta try and persuade.
Try to persuade.
Sorry, I don't want to step on you.
No.
That's
you. Yes, you can try to persuade him, but with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Fenrin's not with you right now.
Oh.
She would have stopped as you guys got back from the woods. She would have went back up to the cathedral.
Okay.
I apologize. Didn't make that
I
number.
rolled the same number twice.
That's good, as long as it's high.
16.
Just see. He almost bites,
Inspiration dice.
but he. Oh yeah, that's right. You do have inspiration.
20. Not that.
I will. I will try to move this for you.
Well, I was thinking more. You buy it off of us at a discounted price that you can
I
sell it for.
do not have that much gold on me to sell that, or to
How
give
much
this
gold
to
do
you.
you have on you?
Currently in my store holding, probably only about 800 gold.
And you've. What else you got kicking around here in these dusty shelves? I know you sometimes you have some.
Been ransacked here. All my
Oh.
prized possessions have been kind of taken to your family, so they should be returning them soon, I hope.
You hid 57 silver weapons down there. You're telling me that they confiscated all the good items from down there?
It was mostly just my holding for
Fine.
silver. I will keep an eye out for anything that might rack in a few coins.
I'm at this point looking around and I found Helkin's kind of brewing supplies.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm paging to Zuck. Zuck, get the wagon. You're not going to believe what I found at Helkin's.
Yeah, you'd find a brewer's kit there. You'd find a. Helkin would go in to explain that lately he's been kind of. His business has not been as great as he wants it to be because of the pressure of your family and what was going on. He had to lay low. But.
Cal, do you think 800 is a good price, or we should hold on to this?
800 gold's a lot.
I know.
It's a lot of liquor.
No, back up. Not
400 gold is a lot of liquor.
Alright. Well, I guess we go Splitsville on it, but
Oh, we're not going to cut Zuck and Graphic on this.
no, absolutely not.
Yeah.
That could end up squandering all our money on hearts of old.
You can see he's got a
decayed rats.
couple of things as you're looking around. There's like leatherworks tools there, some painter's supplies.
How much for the?
He has a
brewer's
couple of
kit?
gaming sets and stuff. Brewer's supply.
Took it.
Not. Oh, you just took it?
Roll it. You're just gonna steal it off the shelf?
I don't think he's really
Just
stealing.
moving it to
He's
the
just
front
taking
Oh,
it.
he's just like watching you as you take
Yeah.
it, and he's take it, Raquel.
I
Have
was
your
like playing
fun.
with it like,
But yeah, he's he has some saddles in there too, as well as some more carrying backpacks. He does have a set of thieves' tools laying around, and some navigator's tools, as well as a disguise kit.
Wow. I don't know. 800 gold's not much.
maybe we'll sell it to my buddy Rizal when I run into him.
No. Vincent died and you're gonna go against his word?
Well, if anyone knows what happened in Aberath, I'm sure Rizal would be one of the people.
Yeah, maybe he helped the...
Helgen's just kind of watching you guys discuss things and curious.
Fine, I have a chain of heart. I'll just bring this back to the guild family.
Whoa.
Well, Halkin's being cheap again. You know how he goes.
Hey, I'm just trying to get my business back on its legs. Like, I can't just blow the bank on this item and maybe not be able to move it. I can hold on to it for a while, and then once I can move it for the proper price, I can send you the money.
Well, chances are I won't be back here for 20 years.
That is your problem, not mine.
I appreciate the offer, Halkin.
Or I'm sure your family has quite a bit of money here. They could
buy it off of me?
Well, they'd maybe be able to give you a reward for finding it.
No. I don't think my family would reward me for finding something that belongs to another family.
You're right. They'll reward me for finding.
Technically, that other family was supposed to give it to your family.
Yeah, but that... Helkin, stop confusing things. I will return it to the Guild family to restore their honor because I am Robin Xalbur, and I am an honorable man.
And also
Here, and you see Hulkin give you kind of a little bow.
Yes.
And also a stupid.
Just wait
man.
till I rule this city.
And you'll have all the gold.
You'll be first to the gallows when I walk out. As a joke. Like, playfully.
I got dirt on you.
I got dirt on you as well.
Touche.
I bring the...
I have dirt on both of you.
Are you coming, Raquel?
Oh yes.
All right.
Get the wagon. What did you find, Raquel?
A brewer's kit.
A brewer's kid.
We're going to make
yes.
the most
Alright.
magnificent drink.
Yes.
Is there a book on different, I don't know, recipes for ales?
Yes, it's quite close to the herbalism book. Some herbs are used in farming grains and whatnot. Could make a...
Flip through my book.
Graf, we're going to meet back up at the cathedral where Zuck is.
Alright, I'm pretty well finished up here.
Perfect.
I'll meet you there.
Perfect. And then
Okay.
on the way back, I would like to stop at the church.
Okay.
Bannon.
Oh, yes, you again. They're coming for service.
Yes, sorry to disrupt you twice in a day.
But no, that's all right. It's all right.
But you
I've
would-
had a lot of
You would
company
not
today.
believe your luck. Bannon.
I'm gonna pickpocket the necklace from Sean or from Kane before we get to the church.
Okay, I'd like you to roll a sleight of hand check.
Move. That is 16.
Roll a perception check. With disadvantage.
Same
did it
roll
again.
twice. I rolled two 14s and two 17s. That's 19.
19. You catch Raquel trying to fastly go into your pocket. He almost has it, but...
Raquel.
What does their honor do us any good?
The man is standing in front of us, and you've deemed to have this conversation now? Sorry, you tried to do that before
Yeah,
we got
before,
there?
yeah, he's trying to say that, yeah.
We need to wrong our rights and start a new path. There'll be more... Let's do this. I promise you this. Next place we go to, we will get into some mischief, and we will find something that's worth some money. How's that sound?
2,000 gold worth.
Yes, 4 figures.
Mhm.
Agreed?
Agreed.
I give him a...
As long as you take all the
Noogie.
blame,
Mhm.
and then I walk away.
Okay.
That's not part of it. I walk in.
Going to find Zuck.
Bannon, sorry to disturb you 2 times in a day.
Do not apologize.
You cannot believe your luck.
I am okay. I won't believe it.
Close your eyes. Trust me.
Okay.
And
Closes his eyes.
I put the necklace around his neck. And leave at the same token.
Can I open my eyes now?
Yes, you may open them.
As you open it up, look over your shoulder there, you can see him fall to his knees and begin to cry. And just joy and just squeal of like laughter almost in between all this bawling of crying. And the wrongs have been written. The wrongs have been written. Oh, this is a glorious day. And you can hear the voice kind of pick up as he's like starting to.
Jeez. All right, Raquel, let's make it up to the cathedral.
Alright.
All right, you guys get to the cathedral.
I guess you did the right thing.
Perfect.
All right. You meet up with Graf.
Yep.
He is standing out front.
Yep.
Zook, the library is above ground, so yeah, you probably would have heard their message about meeting up. So it's up to you.
Zuck, are you almost done inside?
I believe so.
I would have managed to get some silver ignites from him during
Oh
that
yes,
time.
sorry, yeah, you would have gotten the mold cooling process in that time, fixing up your armory. Probably would have got about 3 silver ignites that you could have. I'm giving them loot. Yeah, 3 silver ingots.
I
Why are we meeting up?
just outside. I'm gonna. Does everyone have their supplies from inside? Do we need to go back in? This will be my depart from my family.
I got my pants on, so I'm good.
Well, you guys, you can stay here as long as you want.
No, I know,
Pick up
but
supplies and whatever else you need.
I plan on
rations
going
and
in and getting my armor and
Okay, yeah.
saying goodbye to my family.
Perhaps we
Okay.
should go maybe talk to Dante. He may want to hear what
Oh, gosh, that's
Vincent had to say.
a good point.
Yeah. From what the conversation at breakfast time there, Dante's still in the cathedral. He's just resting because he was the last one to get turned and he got a shit kicker.
Follow me and I'll bring us to Dante.
Perfect. So he is in another room in your family quarters that kind of branches off.
I'd pass where I was staying before I get to Dante's room.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I'd just grab my armor on the way.
Okay. Yeah. You can actually see the housemaidens are in the process of moving Fenris into Fenrin's room. So they share a room.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they're getting your room back up in order for any time you need to stop back in here. They actually have a...
Let a little smile go.
as you walk into your room, like they're literally the armament's the last they're about to move. They see you, get your armament all set up, and let you know that your room is now Fenris's room. He's back in with Fenrin, like I just said, and you're wanting to get Dante.
Yeah, go talk to Dante.
All right. He has a tea going. You can see him. He's kind of bandaged up in certain areas. But yeah, he's the wearing the similar garbs to yourself. Has the clean shaven face now. Hair all slicked back. Still into a tight little, not a ponytail or a man bun, but just a tight little ponytail in the back. Very small. Boy.
Uncle, you doing well?
Better now. You have made our family quite proud.
I'm glad to hear that.
Sorry about your wargs. They fought bravely.
They did well. They were just following orders. Doing what they were told, and I was glad they were coming here to save me, but just unfortunately we were too late.
They will be remembered.
They will. I've sent word to some clerics. Hopefully we can bring them back from where they were sent.
Justice for the fallen.
Strength for the weak.
Just don't just bring that on me.
I was just saying that one. There's more.
And he answered back with strength for the weak.
We.
So, as Kane just don't fuck what's that?
No. We come bearing more grave news. Are you
They
ready?
burnt the bread, did they not?
Sadly,
Oh, this has no. Oh, there's not light humor. Sorry, boy.
Yeah, this is
not right now.
it's pretty heavy.
Are you? He's sitting right now.
Yes, he's sitting.
Okay.
So I'm
It's good.
sitting, boy. Get it out.
Sorry.
Should I let Jane
Vincent.
tell it?
Yeah. Let's do that.
Jane, show him.
Plays the message, and you see Dante like kind of just sit there, even though he is a stern-faced looking guy. You can see this weighs heavy, and he takes it very serious. And then he's like, Why would he? That's why he gave me those things. But he said if he didn't hear from him, to just bring them back. But
I close the door behind us.
okay.
Oh.
Yeah, you're in a secluded chamber.
Never
It is
mind,
kind of
okay.
a. No, you're in a chamber.
I wasn't there for what I was gonna say.
Okay, no
That's
worries. He does mention that
What-
Vincent did give him a parcel in case something bad happened,
Mm-hmm.
and he has it
Why
sitting there.
does it seem like everything was pointed towards him knowing, Vincent already knowing about this? And we
Well,
were
Vincent
caught so off
had a.
guard.
Vincent would let his mind and imagination get away from him many times. It was a fault that happened back in his old adventuring days. He looks too far into things and gets himself into trouble, gets people worked up that shouldn't be worked up. But on occasion, his gut instinct has been right. And I will speak from experience. These last few months, things he's been predicting has been coming to fold. So I've been quite close with him and Helmut these last months.
Do you think Helmut's dead?
I'm not sure. If Vincent went down, I'm sure Helmut was close with him.
Aberath is destroyed?
We can always go check the observatory. Well,
There's-
that's closed at the moment, but we can maybe... I know the guards have been busy, and
We have nothing to go off. What do we
Jane
do
has
now?
more to say.
What more?
The final moments of Vincent.
Hi guys.
Yeah,
Zook
I
shows
assume
up.
you were already there.
I didn't think I was.
oh,
Just come
yeah. I
back from
assumed you
work.
guys all met up and you're all
Okay,
talking
sick.
about
That's better. That's canon now, though. Oh,
Yeah.
Zuck, sorry.
Zook showed up.
Really thought
Whole
you
bunch of
were-
books in
Hey
his hand.
guys.
We just informed Dante about Vincent.
Kick the door shut behind me.
Jane has more to show us?
I haven't watched it myself. I was waiting for the right moment, but
Is this the right moment?
we're all here.
Wait. Open the door again. Look out in the hallway. Do I see anything?
Roll a perception check.
8.
Looks clear.
Close it. I think it's the right moment.
Okay.
Zuck.
Do you want to be here for this, Dante?
Yes. Vincent was a good friend. A little crazy, but he's saved my skin more than...
As he's talking, I grab the jug from Raquel. I'm just always assuming it's
Please,
I just
everyone.
I pull out another one.
Yeah.
Jane, play the last of it. Last of that message.
Are you sure, Graf?
You know, like a grenade
Yes.
kind of.
From my processing and combination with Vincent's magical item and the pin that he wore, I can give you audio and visual playback of the last few minutes of his existence.
You guys ready for that?
Yes.
Play it.
All right. Forgive me, audience.
Don't throw up.
So, you can see Jane again trying to send out these little lasers, trying to make images. But so far, you kind of just get like a cloudy vision playing up against, which is black at the moment. Black and silence for a moment longer. And then you hear a familiar voice come over, talking to someone. I'm sorry we did not listen to you, Vincent. I assure you the visions were supposed to be true. But I told you, there must be something out there that's blocking it or intercepting these messages and playing them back differently. I'm glad you have the vision, but it seems it's more hindsight than futuristic now or divination. And even in this madness, you still want to joke? What can I say? I'm a hound to the end. Still blackness. I will try to save your warhounds. I am going to... Do not tell me where you're going, just in case somehow someone finds this information and uses it against us. Just go. And if you have the time, please, find the hounds. I will do everything I can. Just go out the back. I got this covered. And then you can hear another gruff voice, the sound of Gus, the guardian of the watcher of Lady Gracie. Never doubted you for a second, but, have to keep up appearances. Just protect her. Hopefully all hope is not lost. You can hear something kind of shut, still blackness. And you start hearing a heavy breathing come through. May light guard my darkness. Or no, may light shine through darkness. And then it's like something got lifted up. And all of a sudden you can see this wall. And then there's dark. And then it turns to gray. And there's a slight red outline of like stone and a sconce that is sitting there. then you can just see all in first person perspective. You can see a arrow come out of the back and put on, and then as the eye kind of looks down, you can realize that you're seeing through Vincent's eye. Breathe again, and it's just silence in here. There's a slow little thud or some sound, but very muffled. May Irithina guide my arrow and strike true. And then in first person, the door gets kicked open, and he is on the barricade of the top of the Quiver compound. As he kicks open the door and he walks out, all you can hear and just screams, and you just see smoke and fire, and you can see these weird, humanoids walking forward, decked out in some type of heavy armament, as well as holsters and like patches on them. They look very militaristic, and they have just a black domed head and then this chain put over top of them, and you can see that one guy standing in front of him, but it looks like it's two people standing there as he's like trancing in and out of place, like being displaced. But then you can see the red outline kind of focuses it into one, and one arrow hits a guy, blows up in lightning. As he is now standing on the main wall of the compound, there in the sky itself is all clouded over with this purple kind of tinge to it. He looks over to the cityscape itself. There you can see buildings burning. The Aberath fortress, the castle that sat over by the arcane tower, just ablaze. There's wizards in the sky flying over, shooting lightning bolts down onto the ground. There is also these weird, kind of kite-looking black creatures that are flying in the air coming through, and you just see Vincent relentlessly and just following the camera up his arm as these arrows are taking out everything with precision aim. And then he kind of looks up a little bit higher over top of the city of Aberath, and there is the Oxahydron that is floating above the city. A giant, very smooth surface that is just slowly rotating. It looks literally like a D8 floating above the city with no numbers on it. And just one red eye on one side that just slowly is spinning, and you can see little mechanical, almost looks like a bike, but it is flying, and they're all just going through. The sky itself is a clusterfuck of different individuals flying in the air, shooting at each other from different sides. A four-legged cat-like creature with tentacles almost pounces on Vincent. As it lands, it arrow right through the jaw. You can just hear Vincent like panting as he's like taking infinite arrow after infinite arrow, just shooting and shooting and shooting. He looks down in the courtyard. You see little Ratley running across and just throwing these potion bombs. Different colors lighting up as these, like I said, these militaristic looking guys with just different satchels and pouches on them. And then they're holding big cylinder weapons that they're holding. And this big spear hits Ratley right in the chest, takes him to the ground. You hear Vincent scream, "No!" And he grabs out 3 arrows and lets them all go. And you can tell that the vision that you're looking through might be the little item that he's always let loose to keep an eye on you guys. But it seems to give him some sort of precision sight as he's hitting. Just as you see him taking down a barrage of more of these military guys coming in, and it seems that he is getting the upper hand, another smaller Oxahydron appears above the compound. 3 individuals materialize right onto the rampart, a couple feet away from him. Vincent turns, looks at them. One is a tall, very thin-limbed but big metal parts on him that like gauntlets. And you can see one large blade come out of it with a little bit of blades along it that start to run really fast with this purple fire that comes up it. You look up him, he has a yellow face, a elongated head, little long ears, almost elvish-like. sitting there with this brown hair with this crown that kind of goes around him. He is standing to the right. He has, like I said, armament in certain places, but you can see his yellow skin with these little brown spots on them. He looks very wiry, pretty much, but you can see him coming down and hitting a couple of the quiver guards. The guy on the other side of him is all in a reddish robe with gold trim along it, and just like a black orb kind of head with little red fire for eyes, pretty much, that glows through this orb. Holding on to this staff, and his one hand is just all this weird type of iron or type of metal substance that like clinks as he closes his fist. And he opens it again and like blasts a hole through the stonework of the top of the quiver compound. Now the guy in the middle, who just literally jumps out of whatever hatch has opened up of this oxyhydron, lands down. He is a large-sized individual, humanoid, stands, and his armament looks very, lack of a better term, very oriental. Looks very samurai code style. Large shoulder pads to him. On his belt, there's like a face of some type of beast with large fangs on it. To one side of him, he has two, looks like thin swords that are placed in sheathed. Heavy, all the armament itself has kind of a bluish tinge to it. He has the helmet on with two horns coming up and just a black visor in front of his face. And he starts gunning for, in the perspective of Vincent, he sees this large guy come running at him and just picking up pace. For his size, he is moving quite quickly. See Vincent knock one arrow, hits him in the shoulder, and he still keeps moving. Hits him again, hits him in the waist, and you can see that the arrow went in, but this guy just ignores it. Finally, another one hits him in the chest, and he kind of stops for a second. The fourth arrow flies at him, and you can see this hulking individual grab a hold of one of these Marine soldiers and throw him in front of him as the arrow hits him, throws him off into the courtyard down below. And then the final shot that Vincent takes, you can see the guy grab his helmet, take it off, and hold it in front of him as the arrow pierces the helmet, and then he throws it to the side. They're standing with long, black, straight hair, a red fur, or kind of almost pinkish, reddish kind of fur go up, a large nose, and he looks very feline-like with these yellow eyes that light up. Yellow eye, and his other eye is just all scarred and closed. And you can see fangs erupt from him. I'll ask you to roll later. As he gets close enough that he hits, Vincent drops the bow and pulls out two quick daggers and shucks one into the side of him, and then he goes for the other one. This individual grabs a hold of his hand, pulls out a katana in one fell swoop, and drives it right up the gut of Vincent, and goes from hip bone all the way up to chest. Vincent, the vision that you're seeing through, Vincent falls a few feet to his knees and is laying there. The quiver has given you arrogance. The quiver's ignorance has blinded them. They assumed for too long that we would not be able to find them. But we have, haven't we, Vincent? You can hear the audio come through Vincent as he chokes. It is not you. This is impossible. You are supposed to be banished or dead. You higher-ups of the quiver banished me to the realm of Mandacor, and now I am back. You hear Vincent cough again. Why? Hope. It has blinded you. You give strength to the weak. But how can the weak become strong if someone has done the work for them? For too long, normal folk and creatures such as myself have bowed to the use of magic and arcane and other methods of training. But that time is over. The time of heroes will be forgotten, and the time of Mechna will be known. Mechna? Yes, a new form of technology that could make the simple farmer a elder wizard just by holding on to. And you see him kind of reach underneath his two blades, and he pulls up something with a handle and a little cylinder on top with these weird glyphs kind of written on it. And he just kind of holds it in his hand, looks at him. These wizards spend all this time memorizing and preparing these spells. But to simple common folk, they could pick up this technology and level the playing field. You see him take aim, and Vincent slowly looks over without trying to make the wound worse than it is. And he looks down into the compound. You can see Ratley getting up, holding one potion, about to get the upper hand on these guards that are standing there. This large blast of color, just blues and yellows. And you just see Ratley dust. Hope. Nothing but a disease. What I give is a new lifestyle to this world. There will be a new balance to this disease. No longer will adventurers be able to make money off of those who cannot defend their own problems, or issues, or dilemmas. Just think, Vincent. I remember you raising your soldiers. You wanted me to be part of the quiver. But I was too radical. But times have changed. And we must change with it. People relied on these places of power, gathering to it, like some type of religion or deity. Why can't one possess their own power? It kind of snarls a bit. You can see the nose that he has. Like I said, very kind of cat-like, except the nose is a little bit bigger. It goes from a light blue kind of to a darker blue now, as you can see him kind of getting more into his speech to Vincent here. The vision you guys are seeing gets almost like a little, like there's some type of liquid or something getting in the way of the vision. It gets a little blurry for a second. Kind of looks, this figure again who's looking over the cityscape, kind of looks back to him. It's all right to cry. You know you have lost. I too have lost. Once your higher wizards banished me to Madacor, I found new purpose. I aligned creatures and races that should not work together. I gave them a drive, a meaning, a purpose. And it was easier than I anticipated. I made a deal with the King of Ghouls to give him back his city, as long as I drove out adventurers. And I did just that. But I know what it is to lose. I was successful. I cleared the city. But I lost everything in the process. My only born son died. At the hands of Ampelorus, Neri, Vigar, Salia the Tiefling, the new Lightbringer Medical, and Dragoon, and several others. My rage blinded me, and I decided to attack them head on without my army. And I died. But not that someone didn't notice my great gifts and powers and my drive. The dead king of Calgernia saw my potential and brought me back to go against you and your quiver. I must admit I thought this would be a lot harder than it was. But 6 months ago, when the divination blockers were dropped, and all you places of power were too busy focusing on possibilities and other sources of power to recharge yourselves, we took our eye towards you, Aberath. You hired your cartographers to map out the other areas where possibilities of this false hope would be. Meanwhile, we sent our cartographers here to map out Aberath, where the first of our changes should be made. And we waited till the vision was transferred to a new oracle to hide in their peripherals, as they'd say. And I think we did a fantastic job. Don't you agree? Then you hear a voice come behind Vincent. Hey, asshole! You like picking on people smaller than you? Well, I'm smaller than you. Why don't you try picking on me? And then you see Vincent turn his head just enough at the corridor that he just came out of, and there's Helmut in his leather getup with this mechanical bars around him and these two huge cylinders on his shoulder, and all of a sudden these legs stick out, holds him in place and lifts him off the ground. You can see his little door feet kick for a bit. Why don't you try taking this? And then all of a sudden the cylinders themselves start winding up, and then you just see this glow of fire. And then you just hear this whisper from this figure in front of Vincent. I said, hope would lead to blindness. Do you hope you're a friend? Enough talk! And this blast goes and then falls short. As all of a sudden the suit itself deactivates, and you can see the elongated yellow man with the saw standing above Helmut has driven it into the back of his head and lifted it out. Helmut goes limp in his suit, and then he just throws it off. Hits the dirt in the compound below. The wellness, or the visual in his eyes getting more clouded by tears. And you can see this big individual remove his gauntlet. You can see his furry hands, black hair kind of sticking up, long black claws, and kind of wipes the vision as it becomes clear. I said I understood loss. I do not pity it. I just understand it. Cry as you will, Vincent Croft, for this will be your last days. Aberath has fallen, and the age of heroes is over. And the age of Mechna is now. You forgot about the magic users. And you can see these 4 blue-robed individuals gliding over the city of Aberath, coming right towards this chaos that's happening on the compound. And there's this smile smirks over his face, looks over at the individual with the black kind of orb over his head, similar to all the military guys that are around. I see it. Flips open a latch, presses it, presses a sequence of buttons, and then Vincent looks over and sees the big, large oxyhydron, if I'm pronouncing that right. Still rotating, all of a sudden rotates a little bit faster, And then all of a sudden the bottom half of it breaks into 4 parts with these large chains. Strikes into the ground to hold it in place. These wizards are making their way closer. You see them doing stoic and like vocal commands, summoning these large spells. Now. And this beam hits Aberath. Not doing any damage to any buildings, but just this shockwave hits. All those flying in the air fall like birds without wings, fall to the ground. Seems, and all the people that are fighting using these arcane commands and such all just go nothing. Everything dissipates. And at that moment you see a couple of Marines, I'm going to refer to them as Marines, but you see them stab something into the head of these magic users that clacks on. And then they just go limp. Vincent's just kill me and be done with this. I wanted you to see the fall. You deserved it. You were a great hero. You were a great hero. And it sees that you already have a bit of Mechna and Arcane in you. You can start seeing the hand kind of go closer to the vision, all of a sudden almost blacking it out. And then you just hear a blood-curdling scream. Goes faint. Blackness falls again. And then vision comes back up red, a little bit taller from your previous perspective. Looking over at this destruction of Aberath, city is burning. You hear, "The alien's missing, Master. Where might it be?" The head turns, looks down, kind of blinks for a moment. "The item should be here. It will not be far. We have ways of tracking it. Search every building here. Bring anybody who may have some knowledge of what it is to me. If they are useless, we will make them useful. But after that, burn everything." "Yes, Master." Kind of walks off, blinks for a bit, and then you can see the vision look down at a half ripped apart Vincent laying on the rip apart. Looks through. Hope. It'll blind them. And then he just kind of like looks over the city. "I've done my part, Dead King. After I am finished this new campaign, you will send me back to Metacor to get my vengeance. But for now, let us hunt anything arcane and replace it with Mechna." Vision slowly fades.
Fuck you, Kelly.
Disappears. The vision sitting there, and as this whole arcane illusion kind of happened in front of you, as it fades, you can see Dante sitting on the other side of the chair, tears swelling up in his eyes, and just a childlike man sits in front of you now, as he has seen many of his comrades fall. Aberath has been destroyed.
I fall to the ground. What do we do now?
Justice for the fallen.
God damn it.
Strength for the weak.
Can't remember it.
The item. Do you guys know what they're referring to?
Just
Possibly.
I think so.
it's strength for the weak, just for thought. Honor through action.
Exactly, Kate. Honor through action.
Would it be this? I'm gonna take it out from behind my back, like that.
Pretty hard to hide. It
Anyways,
is
yeah,
still like
it's-
your whole back piece
yeah.
there, but it looks like a backpack on you
Yeah.
right now. He looks at it and he's like, "Is that what Lady Gracie gave you?"
Yes.
We have much to discuss, gentlemen. And from what Vincent said in his last message, he's giving you some advice and information to go through, locations to find. We may have to.
How the fuck are we possibly gonna combat that?
We grind boar.
Robin,
Shut the fuck up.
or should I say Kane? How are you supposed to take back your family when they had all turned to something that you did not recognize?
They weren't fucking shooting lasers out of these weird things, incinerating people. That was flesh and bones down in the catacombs. I can deal with that.
This is.
How do you pierce steel with
Which-
other steel items?
We will have to find a way.
Jane, I'd like you to analyze all that footage of their weapons. And
Obviously, I will look at everything I can possibly and think of weak points. And this video can always be played back as long as Vincent has been deceased.
make sure this is encrypted.
I have encrypted it since I've realized that the eye has moved to a new person.
Thank you.
I will
I
do
look
my
at-
best in safety protocols.
Look at Zuck to visually see what he's doing.
Dante would say one other thing is he's like that is the Iron Reach. That is who they are. That is technology far beyond advancement that we've ever seen. They've been doing this in secret.
Zuck's on his knees, just holding little Tim, just tearing a little bit over Ratley. And helping you.
Little Tim's trying to get closer to you, like even though you're holding it, it wants to just hold you.
Just
If
like-
it looks like you feel like it wants to comfort, or Tim wants to comfort you more than you want to comfort it.
I get down on my knees and sorry for your loss, Zuck.
We'll avenge them. We'll avenge all of them.
Strength. What did you just do? Oh.
Dante grabs a glass and like slides it over, and
And
he
then
slowly drinks.
I kind of notion to everyone to strength for the weak,
Justice for the fallen.
This is for the fallen.
honor through action.
Through action.
We have each other at least.
Well, where do we go now?
And on that, the camera slowly pans out from the group of you in the cathedral, goes through the hallway of all the guest quarters, goes through the main hall that you've eaten at, goes through the main chamber, out the cathedral doors, and the camera pans up over the mountainscape of the Tekin Mountains and looks down at once was Aberath down in the grass hills, just pillars of smoke illuminating from it, or emanating from it. And then this awesome font of gold comes down. It's like the road to Calgernia, or sorry, the Tales of Calgernia, a road to. You guys can fill it in. And we'll end it there. Thank you very much for enjoying it. This is it now. We're in the end game. Yeah, I gotta say it. Hello. Yeah, we are. This is it, guys. Open world now. I'll give you guys your choices. You'll make your decisions throughout the week, and then hopefully when we start next stream, we'll have a direction for these guys and what they want to do. Thank you all for joining. Use Sirenscape for most of that night, and foreseeable future, we'll be up on YouTube in the week or so. There, like, subscribe. Everything's awesome. Hope you guys are all enjoying the stream so far. And yeah, life's short. And it's life's short and dark these days, and just a lot of shit's going on. But as long as you got someone, just talk to them, and like, life's awesome, man. Or sorry, be awesome to everyone, man. Be excellent.
Life is awesome.
Yeah, life is awesome, man. Find what you love and do it. And just if it makes you happy without hurting anybody, then do it for sure.
You're a dick.
I am, but you gotta fuck with people sometimes. It's fun, good stuff. Hope you enjoyed, man. See you guys all next Tuesday.
Take it easy, guys.
What about Rufus?
Yeah.